What's going on, guys? I'm going to break down a trade that I just took, actually a super quick trade. So we had news this morning at 8:30. It's currently 8:44, so you can see that down here in the bottom right corner of my screen. And I took a setup right at 8:29. So you can see that here. So that's 8:29 and 20 seconds. I was out of the trade by 8:30, 25 seconds. So total trade was about a minute and 5 seconds long. So it panned out quickly. I did manage to record it. So I'm going to show that to you guys now, the quick recording. And then I will go ahead and break down the actual trade. So let me just show you guys this. So this is how quickly the trade panned out. Right. So what I'm doing on my other screen right now is I'm closing the position. So you'll see it disappear in just a second. Boom. So I went ahead and closed it as we touched this purple line, which was New York midnight. Still got the draw on liquidity as I was expecting, but panned out so quickly. I was expecting this to be like, turn into a wick or something like that. So I went ahead and closed the position. So not bad. $243.90 for 1 minute worth of trading on a Friday. Typically Fridays aren't ideal days to trade, but sat down at the charts, setup was here, news overlapped, and just made sense to take it. So that is the recording. Let me go ahead and break it down for you guys now. So what I looked at as soon as I sat down on the charts was essentially yesterday we had poked up into this fair value gap. So you guys can see if we draw out fair value gap from this candle to this candle, we worked within that here, right, overnight. So Asia session, we traded up, worked in within that range, and then we sold off. So what was really influential to me was this sell-off. And the reason why is because we were initially trading higher. Here, we made a lower low, rallied back up, failed to make a higher high, and then we sold off. Now, with that being said, we left this little gap here. Right, so you can see that gap. I'm going to keep that outlined so you guys can study this. But ultimately, what I was looking for is a draw on this low, right? Reason being for this low is because this purple line is midnight New York, and there's going to be liquidity resting below here. So total trade setup from the top of the fair value gap down here is 80 pips, and then risk would have been above this high, so that's 40 pips. So 2-to-1 trade, right? So if I go into a 1 minute, you'll be able to see this a little bit more clearly. What I also did was I drew a fib from this high to this low, because this was the low formed at the time. You can see that we had spiked right up into that 62 sweet spot and almost hit the 79%. So I went short right here at 62%. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this trade here. And again, there's only one trade from today. This is it here. 829, 243 bucks. So I'm going to put that on the chart here by dragging it. And then it's on a 5 minute. It was only one candle, so you'll be able to see this a little clearer on a 1 minute, but you can see I went short right here, this little arrow. Sell 3 lots at 11,230.90, which is the 62%. Also, if you look closely, overlaps with a tiny little fair value gap in here. Right there, right? So we have multiple different things lining up at this level, as well as a run on these buy stops. So I took this short, and then you can see I closed right around here at 11,149.6. So total trade was exactly 80 pips. So 80 pips, 1 minute, can't complain. Obviously there was just another setup here as we're recording this. Potentially could have taken that short, but I'm done for the week. I mean, 1 minute, I can't complain with that. So I'm all good. And I'm just going to drop down to a 1 minute so you guys can see clearly. So I entered on this candle here. Whoa, what was that? So I entered on this candle here. And then you can see this is 829, 1529. and then this is 1530. So that was the next candle. So total, I sat through 10 pips of drawdown for about 81 pips profit. All right. So hopefully this video was valuable, and I'll see you guys in the next one.